Well, I got that fucking wrong. I sat there, I've been saying all week, Anthony Joshua will stop Daniel Dubois in the fifth round. I've been sticking by all that. I thought there would be fireworks. I said all along there'd be fireworks in the first couple of rounds. I thought there might be a couple of knockdowns here, there, and everywhere by both guys. I didn't expect that. The fight we saw, Anthony Joshua was completely dominated. Daniel Dubois, as I said a few months ago when the fight was announced, they don't call him Dynamite Daniel Dubois for no reason. He walked in there with a purpose. First round, he worked so well behind that jab, wonderful jab. And then at the end of the round, he clocked him with that right hand that caught Joshua right on the chin, and Joshua went down. Now, if that had happened earlier in the round, I don't think Joshua would have got out of the round. He was gone, and he never recovered. Daniel Dubois carried on going to work, dropped him again in the third. Joshua dropped down. His hands touched the canvas, but the referee didn't call it a knockdown. That should have been a knockdown, but it didn't matter. Moments later, he was sent back down again, and again in the fourth, he was dropped. His legs were all over the place. He was never in it. Anthony Joshua was never in it. The ironic thing is, Joshua's best round was the fifth, the round I called that he would win in. He hurt Dubois. He caught Dubois with the right hand. Dubois was shaken, and he caught him with another one seconds later, and he was really shaken. And I thought, oh, good, this is what I predicted. And then he ran into that right hand, straight on the chin. Joshua was down, counted out. Daniel Dubois retains his IBF Heavyweight title. Wonderful. I don't mind being wrong. That's what makes boxing interesting to me. You don't get it right all the time. I can hold my hands up and say, I got it fucking wrong. I like both guys, you know. And I'm in shock now. I was going to make the fight after, make the video after the fight, so all my fucking words are all mixed up now. And I was just shattered, so I went to bed for a few hours. And it's just gone 6 o'clock here, the time I'm making this. And, well, no, actually, about 6:30 maybe, I don't know. I can't see a clock from here. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. And yeah, wonderful, absolutely wonderful performance from Daniel Dubois. You know, I, like a lot of people, wrote him off. I thought he could make it spicy in the beginning, but he just dominated Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua just wasn't in it from round one. He was out-jabbed. He was outgunned. Every time Dubois landed anything, mainly the right hand, Joshua's legs were doing a funny dance, and he went down multiple times, and he was finished. I mean, he was crawling around like a toddler on the floor, legs in the air. He was trying to get up. I'll give him credit. He was trying to get up. He could have folded earlier in the fight, but Jesus, absolutely wonderful performance from Daniel Dubois. Retains his title. A lot of people were saying he was a paper champion because he never won the belt in the ring, because obviously Usyk was stripped of it, and because Dubois had beaten Hrgovic for the interim title. He got it all out, bloody blah. And he cemented it. I thought he'd be a Ken Norton. He'd get awarded the belt and then lose it in his first defence. How wrong I was, and I like being wrong. Now, all I've seen all morning, scrolling through social media, all week, I can count on, and not including people I know, I've spoken to, friends and family, Instagram comments I've read, comments on YouTube videos I've read the last month or so, maybe 3 people had Dubois winning. Everybody else, Joshua, yeah, Joshua will get him. Joshua's got more experience. Dubois will fold. He's quit in the past. All this kind of shit. Now suddenly they're all out in force now. Oh well, I knew Joshua wouldn't win. Oh, I said all along Joshua was garbage and all this. It's like, shut the fuck up, really. People talk shit. Now, if you genuinely thought Dubois would win this all along, fair play to you. If you made some money on it, fair play to you. I'm not a gambling man myself. I've made 2 bets in my life, fucking lost both times, so I don't do gambling. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. And a lot of the build-up, I thought was a bit shameful because they kept focusing on Joshua. Now, don't be wrong, I know he was the A side, if you will, the A side of the promotion. I get it. I get it. He was the name. Anthony Joshua is a name. He's a commodity. He's a product. I get it. And when they're both interviewed, Daniel Dubois doesn't come across particularly eloquent, and people have been saying he's fucking stupid. He's brain dead or whatever. He's a bit of a numbskull, and yeah, he can come across like that. He's not the most eloquent person, I will say, but he's a fucking fighter. He's a boxer. He doesn't need to be eloquent. He just goes in there, knocks people out, and that's that. He fights. He's a fighter. Joshua's a fighter. Now, I'm not a Joshua fanboy, but I do like Joshua. He's entertaining. He's good for the sport. He's entertaining. He's done a lot for the sport. He's an entertaining guy. You always get your money's worth for the not Joshua fight, whether he wins or loses. Most of the time. But I do think a lot of people bought into the hype a little bit too much. And this could be, as the Americans say, Monday morning quarterbacking. The Ngannou fight, everyone put all their hopes and, oh yeah, what a wonderful performance. He was fighting a novice. I said at the time I wasn't particularly interested in it because what's the point? A professional 2-time heavyweight champion fighting a novice in his second pro fight. What? And people were shocked that he knocked the novice out. I mean, come on, guys, come on. Don't be fucking stupid. And I wasn't particularly interested in that fight. The Otto Wallin fight was entertaining and was a dominant performance. He struggled with Hellenius last year, and his fight with Jermaine Franklin was piss poor and pretty awful. But I still thought he would have a little bit too much for Daniel Dubois. But this just shows how much Dubois has improved. Do you think over a year ago when he was stopped by Usyk, everybody wrote him off? He is what he is. He's a quitter, or he hasn't got the heart, he hasn't got the bottle, whatever. A lot of people said it. I said it. A lot of people said it. And then he beat Miller. Okay, well, Miller's a big fucking drug steroid infused fucking nutcase. So make of that what you will. And he'd been banned for a while. Excuse me. And the Hrgovic fight. Now he beat Hrgovic and stopped him. Oh, excuse me. I do apologise. But it was kind of like, well, was Hrgovic that good? Was he as good as everybody says he was? And Dubois took a lot of punishment in that fight. This is what I was basing my prediction for the Joshua fight on. Filip Hrgovic caught Daniel Dubois with a lot of right hands, and I thought, well, if he fights like that against Joshua, he's going night-nights. But how fucking wrong I was, and I don't mind being wrong. I like being wrong. This is what heavyweight boxing is all about. This is why I love the sport. It's unpredictable. It is unpredictable. I do think, as I said in the build-up, it was all very focused on Joshua, which I thought was a bit naughty, because technically, well, not technically, going into the fight, Dubois was the champion. And even at the weigh-in, I watched the weigh-in on Sky, and it was all very centred around Joshua. Like, Dubois was just there. And I thought, well, that's not right. And yeah, they kept talking about in the build, weeks leading up to this, I talked about, when he comes through this, he can fight Usyk for a third time, which again is crazy to me. I don't particularly want to see Usyk fight Joshua again. What's the fucking point? He's beat him twice before, comprehensively. And then they were talking about Fury. Oh, stick him in with Fury. Why? That fight is dead in the water now. Who wants to see that? That's dead. Who gives a shit? Fury's got to get through Usyk again. He lost last time. He was hurt last time. I think he'll lose this time. But we'll see. That's a different fight. That's a different story. One bit of joy I took out of this, apart from being shocked and enjoying the sport and enjoying a heavyweight knockout, it was a great performance. I enjoyed it. But the one thing I took out of this, now I don't like the promoters. I've said it before. I think the promoters are scumbags. I really don't like them. Eddie Hearn in particular, I don't like. Don't particularly like Frank Warren either. He's a dodgy character. His career is littered with controversy, just go and do a bit of research on the guy. They're all scumbags. All promoters are scumbags. They always have been. They always will be. It's nothing new. But Eddie Hearn, I have a particular dislike for, and yeah, I did enjoy. He looked like he was going to cry a couple of times when his boy was getting battered because, let's face it, Anthony Joshua is Eddie Hearn's cash cow. Always has been. And yeah, I did actually enjoy seeing Eddie Hearn looking very sad, and I'm sure he cried himself to sleep in his Anthony Joshua bed sheets last night. And that's great. Fuck you. Where does Anthony Joshua go from here? A lot of people have been saying he should retire. Maybe he should. I don't know. I don't know what he can really do anymore. Like I say, the Fury fight's dead in the water. He's got no chance of getting an Usyk fight. There is a rematch clause. Of course there is, because it's fucking Matchroom and they have to have fucking rematch clauses for fucking everything. I don't particularly think this warrants one. He was dominated from the start. Apart from the fifth, that was his best round. Ironically, the one he got knocked out in. But the whole fight, he was outgunned. He was dropped 3 times. Apart from the knockout, he was hurt. He was outgunned. He was outjabbed. He was outfought. I don't particularly see this fight warranting a rematch, but that's just my opinion, of course. You might feel differently, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, what a great fight! I enjoyed it. As much as I'm not a hater of Anthony Joshua's. I'm not a fanboy of Anthony Joshua's. He is what he is. I don't dislike him. I don't like him. He's entertaining, and yeah, my only issue with him is I don't think he's necessarily true to himself sometimes. He comes out with all these robotic, inspirational quotes all the time. And I just think, look, mate, just say what you fucking mean. I like him when he's pissed off and he's cold and he reacts like a natural human being. I like him when he's like that. A lot of people don't like that. They say he's entitled and he's a big baby and all that sort of stuff. No, I like that because that's the true man. That is what you want. He's a boxer. He should be he should have killer instinct. People criticise Dubois. He's a bit fucking stupid. He's a bit slow or whatever. But he is what he is. He's a boxer. He goes in there, he knocks people out. Or has a fight, whatever. He wants to knock people out. That's what he does. That's how it should be. But I get a bit fed up with the inspirational quotes, the overly rehearsed inspirational quotes from the humble, I'm humble and all this bollocks. No, mate. No. You're a heavyweight boxer. You're a former heavyweight champion. You want to go in there and knock people out and make as much money as you can. Be fucking honest. That's my only issue with Joshua over his career. It's very robotic and very fake. It comes across to me as very fake anyway. But again, great fight, great result. Well done to Daniel Dubois, and we'll see where he goes from here. Right, that's enough out of me, folks. I hope you enjoyed the fight. Thanks for listening to me. I love you all. Take care. Speak to you soon.